Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra George Sturges. Welcome to my channel, Authentic Beauty Handmade Dolls and Crafts. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on some of the strange things that have happened to me since I made this wisdom doll. And my suggestion to you is please do not make a wisdom doll. Unless, like in the movie A Few Good Men, when Jack Nicholson says, you can't handle the truth. Trust and believe that I'm going to tell you, don't make this doll. I mean, when I first made the sock rag doll pattern, I was just making them because one of my favorite subscribers requested it, and this doll came through, and the energy that came to me, like her name is like, my name is Wisdom. Cool. Nice to meet you. I didn't have any plans for her. She sat next to my computer for a long time before I added the gemstones, and I added some herbs, and I have dolls like for protection and for creativity and even for money, but I have never made a doll for wisdom, never wanted to, and was not interested. And to be quite frank with you, I'm being so raw and honest with you. I kind of wish I didn't make this doll. I do. I kind of wish I didn't make this doll because I don't want to say I've been fighting with God. That sounds so bad. You know what I mean? Not like and not like in a bad way, but I'm kind of a hard-headed person. Like I'll cry like, oh my God, I don't know why this isn't working. I don't know why my life is like this. And then when I hear what I should be doing, I'm just like flabbergasted. So I'm going to share some of the things that have been revealed to me since I made this doll. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you is that I have found that whenever I am evolving, light bulbs start going on in the house. My computer crashed recently as well. Just weird. It crashed. I was able to recover everything. But usually when my energy or my vibration increases, like strange things starts happening, like in terms of the energy around me. I knew that was happening, but oh God. So anyway, so let me just go tell you some of the truths that came to me. I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget any of the points. So since I made her, I have been meditating more. I mean, I wouldn't say that's because of her, but meditation always slows me down. It makes me a lot more self-reflective, more likely to get my sleep, not to pull an all-nighter. I'm less crazy. Meditation is something that when I wake up in the morning, I always want to do, but more importantly, I like to go ahead and, do some other things. So I feel like making this wisdom doll has kind of pulled me into a self-reflective mode, that going back to some of my old chants, getting myself grounded, getting myself aligned with my truth, and it actually slows my day down, which I don't like, because I like to do. I don't want to think about what I'm doing. I don't want to think about if what I'm doing is getting results. It just makes me feel good when I'm busy. But when I meditate, it helps me to assess whether my actions are bringing about the results that I claim to want. So that's one thing. And another thing that my spirit said this to me. Now, if anybody's watching this, there is not a friend that I have that I think is fake. If anything, they're just so unfake that's why we all, that's why we argue because my friends are fake. But what came to me, and I don't know why this came to me, is that there are no such things as fake friends. It's just that you are fake, and therefore you attract who you are. So if you're not being honest with people about who you are and how you feel, and then I gotta admit, unless I feel like super close to you, I'm just gonna let things ride and just distance myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into some argument with you, but the truth is, you know how a lot of times I like garbage TV. I call it garbage TV, like the Housewives. I only watch Potomac, Atlanta, Little Women type things, and they're like, you're a fake friend, you're not real. But the truth is, we're usually just attracting ourselves. So if we, like, I know, for example, if somebody make fun of, the fact that I'm kind of metaphysical, or that I like, this type of thing, I'll just get a little quiet depending on who they are. I'm not very honest all the time about how I really feel about things. And so it came to me that if you want real friends, you have to be real. So there's one, which I know is not a big deal. Maybe it does apply to me, but in my mind I'm thinking like, okay, God, that's cool. Okay, now this is the thing that really bothered me. This really, really bothered me. Like, I hate even telling you guys this. So, on my channel, I have this whole, where I have, made these doll patterns, and I've given away the doll patterns, and because I love, making dolls. I love making different dolls. I mean, it is just really fun to me. And God said, no, you shouldn't be giving away your patterns. You should be charging for them. And I was like, God, that is a ridiculous thing to say, because if you look online, there are tons of free patterns. And he said, just because some people want to give themselves away, why do you want to give yourself away? I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like I'm just like going, I'm just like, well, I feel like I want to inspire people, and I want people to, enjoy doll making. God said people don't appreciate things that are free. People appreciate things that have value. And no one said you had to charge, this extravagant amount of money. But what if you charge $3 or $5? It's just the point of honoring what you are doing. You're on this Earth, and Earth is a material planet, and if you don't understand how things work, you're never going to be successful. So that really hurt my feelings. So I was like, well, do I take my patterns down? What am I supposed to do? So God just said, moving forward, you need to value your time, value your work, value what you're doing, value yourself. And that hurt me so much. I did not want to hear that. And the other thing that my spirit, when I say God, my spirit, my higher self, I'm talking about this all the same to me. So another thing that came to me, which I have really been upset about, is that my spirit, my higher self said to me that if you want to be wealthy, that you have to create a product and duplicate it. It's nice to be original, but when you are original, it takes a lot longer. For example, this is what was coming through me while I was in the shower. And I always feel like God talked to me when I'm in the shower, or like this higher version of myself is communicating with me. And so what came to me is like McDonald's. If okay, I gotta use the term, guys. So if you're offended, please don't be offended. I can't tell you not to be offended, but it's a term. So, you think McDonald's don't know how to make steaks or hamburgers or other foods? No, but they found a lane, and they got in it, and they duplicated it. So that when people want that particular burger, they know where to get it. And she said to me that until you learn duplication, how to repeat the same thing over and over, you're never going to make money. Ouch! I'm still trying to recover from this. I feel like that I took a punch to the gut. And so I said, look, God, whoa. I get bored easily. I don't want to make the same thing over and over again, because I have a list of we're going to make a topsy-turvy doll, and then I'm going to make a stump doll, and then I'm going to make a jar doll, I'm going to make this doll, and I have this. God said, you can do that. You are a free being. You're the one who cry yourself to sleep at night because you want to know how to make your life better. You're the one who wants to know how to grow. So he said that duplication, being able to repeat a step over and over again, like when he said, when people made cars, you can't say, well, I already made that car, I'm not going to make that car again. There's only going to be one Ford Fusion on the road. that person is not going to be wealthy. But sometimes when you're original, it's nice, and people usually celebrate you in your death because your stuff is in a museum and people think, oh, this is marvelous. But don't think you're going to be wealthy unless you are willing to be able to duplicate a product or a service. Ouch! I really, I didn't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear how I'm just going to keep making these videos where, I'm just going over how to make different dolls. So that was one thing that came to me. And, oh God, this is another thing. Oh, I was going to split this video up. I don't want to split this video up, but if something else amazing comes through, because I've already made a doll that's called Courage. I'm so afraid what's going to happen. I just made Courage. So you make Wisdom and then you make Courage. So Wisdom is going to tell you what to do, and then Courage is going to give you the motivation to execute what it is you're supposed to be doing, right? So another thing that came through to me is that African Americans, especially in general, of all the ethnic groups in this country, African Americans tend to be the least wealthy, and it's because of damage to our root chakra. We think that because we were pulled from our roots, which is our motherland, and we were brought over here, but my spirit was telling me that we think, people say, well, black people, they spend money on, expensive name brand clothes and shoes, and they don't really know how to save, and they don't really understand. And my spirit said that's because of the root chakra. So even though we intellectually understand that we need to save, but when your root chakra has been damaged it's like a collective energy for generations and generations, for African Americans in particular, that even the people who are able to excel financially, there are so many members in their family who are not doing well. So if there are people in your family who aren't doing well, who can't get it together, then they're still pulling on you, because most black people feel like if I have, you have, and therefore it keeps us in this pattern of scarcity and poverty, living in conditions that we can't seem to get out of. So my spirit was telling me, and guys, I'm just being honest. I feel like I'm kind of embarrassed a little bit that I'm being so honest, and I'm coming forward, that I'm telling you guys the truth, because I feel like you're just going to think I'm crazy, and I don't know, but I just want to be honest, because I feel like I can't. Maybe that's what he's telling me. It's not about a fake friend. It's about, me, doing videos of me making a pair of shoes or a shirt that's been done 1,000 times, when there's other information that I have that could possibly help somebody. And maybe I'm not being true to myself. So, but anyway, my spirit was telling me that in the future, I'm going to be coming up with some things that African Americans or people in general who were a part of slavery can do to heal their root chakra at a collective level, at an individual level, so that we can break the patterns of poverty. And that I don't know what the answers are. I just know that my mother always told me that dark-skinned people are not supposed to wear red because bright colors don't look good on black people. So while I was meditating, what came to me is that, red is the color of wealth. It's the color of the root chakra. So there are a lot of things that have been inbred in us, like don't wear red. You know what I mean? The root chakra. And the root chakra is responsible for your material well-being while you're on this planet, like your wealth, your prosperity, feeling safe. Okay, like all the police brutality, all of these things are signs of a collective damage to the root chakra of African Americans. So anyway, and when that information comes to me, I'm gonna, try to do my best to go over some gemstones or herbs or things that, you know, African Americans need to do to heal the root chakra, and not, you know, like the focus can't be on, you know, racism or anything like that. We have to focus on, excuse me, spiritually, what we need to do to correct some of the familiar patterns that have kept us in poverty for so many generations. So, long story short, making this doll has been, as you can see, this wisdom doll has, wisdom is just not, let me just say, how do I say this? You know, I feel like in the past I have made a lot of, you know, dolls I would consider for my own well-being, but a wisdom doll is something I would have never made because I was not interested. And to me, I feel like my questions have always been, how can I make money? Or how can I, you know, improve my life? How can I be better? How can I do better? And even, you know, and it never dawned on me that my desire to make all of these different types of dolls, and then oh my God, and God said to me, just because you can make that doll doesn't mean that you should. Just because, you know, McDonald's can make a hot dog doesn't mean that they should make a hot dog. Is that the best use of your skill set? If you're not known for something, then, you know, like one of the things that came to me was that, like the Barbie doll, after the Barbie doll became famous, then Barbie had like a dream house, and she had friends, and she had all these things. But God is telling me that I need to find something, focus on it, duplicate it, repeat it, get it out there, and grow from that point. And that would radiate out into the world and create other opportunities for me for all of the other things that are inside of me. So to focus on making something successful. So I know this was a crazy video. And I hate, you know, I'm using the word crazy because I know that it's not mainstream, and I know that a lot of people don't think this way. But I hope that, you know, somebody else who may be going through something can see this and feel enlightened or inspired. Because I gotta admit to you, this is just everything that has happened to me since I made this doll, and the way that ideas have been coming to me in terms of, why are you selling yourself so cheaply and giving yourself away? And then, oh, one more thing before I go, just one more thing. So I'm meditating, and it actually came to me why I'm, you know, like anybody who's had me in a classroom, you know, people say I'm a wimp. And even on my job, once I tried to get on a hiring committee, and they said that, well, we don't want you in the committee because we don't think you're going to be true. And, you know, this other person who, you know, is your friend, or so to speak, that person's going to have 2 votes because we view you as this person's minion. Like, have you ever been called a minion before? Like, I didn't even know what a minion was. I had to look up the word minion. I kid you not. And it really hurt my feelings because I didn't know that I was being, you know, given off the image as a minion and a person who is not speaking her truth and not being honest. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting over a cold. So the one last thing I want to tell you is that I was meditating. And I came across this gemstone. It's called a Nuumite. A Nuum is Nuummite. And this stone, I'm meditating with this stone, and what came to me, when I say something comes to me, it's like an idea that's like really soft. It's not a loud voice that came to me and said that in one of my previous lifetimes, I was an empress, and I was a really ruthless ruler, and I abused my power. And in this lifetime, and I'm afraid of my power, and this is why I'm afraid to hurt people's feelings, or to be honest, or to in terms of my beliefs, or I want to hide. And my spirit was telling me, like, even the fact that I want to make the dolls and not show my face in the videos is because I am so afraid of abusing, you know, my power and that. But my spirit said to me, you are not going to grow financially. You're not going to grow as a person. You're not going to accomplish your purpose and mission in this lifetime if you do not accept who you are and in your own value. And that also came back to the wanting to give myself away, wanting people to like me, wanting to do all these things for free. I have a hard time when people offer to treat me. It's almost like I just can't. It's like I have a hard time accepting being treated or gifts from people. And God is saying that is all because you need to forgive yourself for what you've done a million years ago. You need to get over it. You need to still incorporate your own power in this lifetime so that you can grow as a person. So guys, I know that may sound a little bit weird, but you know my thing about bringing a doll to life, and you never know what will happen. I know there's a doll inside of you who is just dying to come to life, but only you can breathe life into her. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.